Welcome to the vertical body class. This is week 4, and we're going to have a seat on the chair. Week 4 or week 5? It might be week 5. I'm having to think about that. So have a seat in your chair, and the first thing I want you to do, and I mentioned this previously, but now that I've got the camera going, we're kind of going back to week 1 in this class and having a chance to really re-experience everything that was taught in week 1. Just going to make sure that we've got this video pinned here for you guys too. Okay. Alrighty. So, have a seat on the edge of your seat where your heels are directly under your knees, and then just rest your hands on your thighs. Take a moment to close your eyes. Microphone. There we go. And just assess your breathing right off the bat. So we're just going to take a moment to check in and see where we're breathing. One thing I've noticed that in this time that we're in, my breathing tends to feel very shallow and very high in my chest. And I notice that my shoulders are moving a lot as I breathe, and that breath is kind of trapped up in the first ribs and in the shoulders. And so we want to move that breath down. If you're feeling that too, you want to move that breath down through the diaphragm into the belly. So taking a moment here, take 5 smooth breaths. And I'd like you to inhale for a count of 4, hold your breath for a count of 4, exhale for a count of 4, and then hold your breath at the end of the exhale for a count of 4. And that's called box breathing. And it's really great for getting us down and into our bodies and very calm. So we're going to do that 4 or 5 times on our own. Two more. And relax. Okay. Roll the shoulders forward to back. Big inhales, long, smooth exhales. Now thinking of the breath as a circle instead of a box, and inhaling halfway to then exhale halfway, right? So you inhale the first half to exhale the second half. And you make a complete circle with the breath now as you do the shoulder movements. Trying to make the inhale and the exhale equal. And let's start to blow through the mouth with the exhale using a narrow aperture as if you're blowing through a straw. And feel how that helps recruit the belly. One more. Let's reverse the shoulders back to front. Two more. The last one. Take the arms down and just swing them. Allow the arms to release any excess tension. Big inhale and exhale, sigh it out. Big inhale, sigh it out. And then put the back of the hands on your thighs. Okay, press the thighs and the back of the hands together. So you're really drawing the shoulders down and you're finding a little shoulder depression. We're weighting the shoulders as if you've got a very heavy cloak on your shoulders and you're feeling the weight of that cloak. And you feel the neck rise up and out of the cloak and reach up toward the sky like you are shining a beam of light through the crown of your head. And I want you just to pitch forward on your sits bones and pitch back. Your spine is staying straight, so this is a hinge, not a contraction. And you're inhaling back to exhale forward. Spread your toes out as you do this. Inhale, rock back on the pelvis. Exhale forward. So this motion is very much like a flower pot being tipped to one side and then tipped to the other. And the flower is a stem that just stays very straight. Okay, so just tipping forward, tipping back. Inhale to go back. Exhale to come forward and start to feel the legs push-pull. So inhale, tip back, push with the legs to open that hip fold. Exhale, come forward. Feel that hip fold deepen and pull with the legs. So you're drawing the heels under you a little. My feet are not actually moving, but I'm pushing forward and back on the floor. Inhale, back, push. Exhale, forward, pull. Add the arms. Inhale, push. Exhale, pull. Notice which leg is more willing to participate. Can you get them equal? And my legs are not together, but I'm feeling the energy between them, and I'm feeling the energy in my body. So go to that intuitive, energetic place of movement. Last one. And come forward to stay. Pull back like you're pulling on the reins. Squeeze your wings together and do little shoulder pumps here. So we're just squeezing the wings together. We're going to do a double breath. It's a sniff, sniff, blow, blow. Just like your percussive breathing in the 100. You're pulling back and back and back and back. Yep. These look good. Open those collarbones. Watch those front ribs though. Don't let your back go into extension. You're maintaining this connected front line. Last set. Push to inhale and exhale, come to vertical and hold the ceiling up. Okay, so we're going to go into a little wrist extension here, and you're going to let your fingers pulse back. It's like you are holding the ceiling up and you're trying to take your fingers off the ceiling but keep your palms on the ceiling. And you should really feel that working in the forearm. So again, a double breath. Sniff, sniff, blow, blow. Inhale, inhale, exhale, exhale. Last set. Now, push the ceiling up. Lift your shoulders and let your ribs toggle side to side a little bit. Yeah, so let those ribs swing. Yeah, beautiful. Seeing some nice swing in there. And we're just opening up that lat line. Think of the ribs as having gills. And so as we inhale, your gills open, and as you exhale, the gills flatten against your body. 2 more breaths there. So I like to work with a lot of imagery. I think it keeps our mind focused on really positive aspects of movement rather than attaching to things that aren't working as well as we want them to. So really fix your mind's eye on the images that you can create with your body. Rocking from sits bone to sits bone now. So feel like one hip pulls up towards the armpit and then the other hip pulls up towards the armpit. And now we're kind of rocking the arms toward the opposite hip, and we're showing the sides of the body to the movement. So we're getting in touch with what's going on down this side seam. And does one hip feel more comfortable pushing down or lifting up? So just experiencing a lot of curiosity about your movement. I always recommend curiosity over judgment. 2 more. Last one. Oh, my wrist wanted to stop extending. Oh, and bring the arms down slowly. Shake them out. Probably felt the forearms quite a bit there. Yeah. And swing those arms again. Okay. So let's put hands on the pelvis. We're going to go to feet and pelvis now. So lift all 10 toes, spread them out, and press them down. Did the balls of your feet stay connected to the floor? Did they come off? Try to keep them down. And just lift the toes. And feel how that activates the arch of the foot. And press them down. Let's inhale to lift. And create space. Exhale to press and create opposition. So when you inhale, you create kind of that flowing. And then as you exhale, you create that connecting. So the breath is always kind of moving through your body like a tidal wave. As you push down through the toes, think of rising up through the belly. 2 more. Feel that inner pulsation. Last one. Now keep the toes down, lift your heels up. Say hello, calves. My calves are feeling particularly tight today. Press the heels down, lift them up. Now if you're struggling to press into the heels, bring them under you a little more so you can push them down. Inhale, lift those heels. Feel that butt-belly connection as you press those heels down. You might even lift a little bit in your seat. Feel that the work is from the inside moving to the outside. So your body is pulsing inwardly and you're feeling those external muscles just wrap around your bones. 2 more. Last one. Now flex the ankles. And if you've drawn your heels under you, that's a little bit harder here than it would be if you were here, right? So pick a position that you can maintain. Press and flex. Press and flex. You can pump the breath or just do long, smooth breaths. Either one is fine. We want to feel these front muscles, the anterior tibialis, wake up. This is a really good one to do if you sit at a desk a lot during the day. We need to get the blood and the oxygen down into those lower legs. Okay, now lift one heel, push it down, lift the other heel. So this is a new one. So we're doing a little walking here through the feet. And notice how that changes in the hips. Can you stay totally stable on your sits bones? And I noticed my ribs were peeking out, so I'm going to draw those back in and try to keep the shoulders back. So check in with those front ribs. They like to be like, woohoo, hello, out there to the world. And we just want to remind them to participate with the rest of the spine. So that again, we come back to those gills. And the gills want to close and open and close and open. So you're feeling that pumping of the breath with the rib cage as the legs are moving under you. 2 more. Last one. Lift both heels up. Hinge forward. Reach both arms up by your ears. Stretch the arms long, but keep those shoulders connecting down through your lat line. Feel the scapula wrap forward and pull those front ribbies in. And then pulse your hinge. That pulse comes from where your sits bones connect to the seat. It's like a wagon wheel that's trying to roll forward, but it doesn't fall down. It just peels up and over. 2 more. Last one. Lower the heels, flex your wrists, or extend the wrists, and then hinge back so that the upper shoulders are trying to touch the chair, but you're using your belly to support that. There's no extension, no flexion. And forward, and back, and forward. Use your abs to move your spine back, and forward. Your feet are plastered to the floor. Last one. Bring the arms down, swing. Hands back to the hips. Now, reach your right leg out with a flexed foot and down. Left leg. Reach that leg out. Stretch that back line. And down. We're going to add an arm reach. So reach and down. Reach and down. Oh, that's tight today. Reach. Now Now take the opposite arm. Reach, get a little rotation. Reach. Let's switch the breath. Exhale forward. Inhale up. Just feel how that changes the rhythm a little bit. Last two. Last one. Lower that foot. Bring the ankle up over the thigh. Make sure you're not on your ankle joint. You're just a little above that where the leg is really stable. Hinge forward. Take your hands to your calves. You're rolling your calves up and forward as you hinge forward. Give them a little squeeze. Yeah, little massage. I'm going to go through this part quickly because I'm already a little bit behind. Now for the thighs, roll the thighs out with your hands as you hinge forward. So we're just stirring the fascia a little bit here. I love that word, fascia. I always want to say it like that, fascia. All right, now hold on to the back of your thigh. Reach that leg out. Stay really tall on your pelvis and pulse it towards you. Stay equal on both butt cheeks. Last set. And what do we need this for? We need this for our teaser. Point and flex, point and flex. So this is a little bit of new stuff. I haven't done this in any of the classes, so if you've been with me this whole time, you're getting something fresh. And then bend that knee and place that foot down. Whew. Little pelvic curl and tilt, curl and tilt. Okay, cross the other ankle over. Hinge forward, reach for those calves, roll them up and over. Yeah, calves get very, very tight. And tight and weak kind of easily, right? So we have to really articulate the feet to work all those lovely calf muscles. Okay, getting to the thighs. I'm taking this hand and pushing the thigh out and down as I'm pulling up from underneath. It's like you're rolling the muscle around the bone. Feels really good if you have IT band issues. It's a nice way of getting some length there. Just rocking forward on your pelvis, trying to lift your heart and shine the light of your heart up as you lean forward. So you're elevating the chest wall. Okay. And we're reaching that leg out. Ooh, hold on to the thigh, stretch it up as high as you can, pulse it towards you. Press the leg into the hand and then resist that press from the hand. So your arms are working a little bit here. It's a little sneaky bicep work. And then flex and point. I'm going at kind of a tempo here because there's a lot I want to fit in today. So you can always go back and review the video and do this a little bit slower if you like. And then bend that knee and place the foot down, toe ball heel. Okay. Just changing to my next page. All right, let's get into the shoulders a little bit before we come up to standing. So take your arms, and it's like you're holding two cocktail trays. All right? Then you're going to tip them over. Reach back like you're putting your arms into jacket sleeves. Stretch the arms back, lengthen the back of your neck, and bring your eyebrows to look down at your knees. Stretch the arms back. Pull the arms out of your jacket sleeves, lift your chest, come back to your cocktail trays. Scoop the belly. This is an upper contraction. You're pulling the ribs in and you're lifting up. You're opening this mid-back. Let the pubic bone lift up a little bit here, so you're getting a stretch across that thoracic lumbar junction. Reach back. Lift up, open up, lift the chin. Look up. Contract. It's a little bend, but it's a lifted bend, so it should be very safe flexion. And lift. Good, and you're pushing with those legs. One more. Reach it through, jacket sleeves. And then pulling it up, cocktail tray. Beautiful. Okay, we're going to keep our cocktail trays, all right? Now I really want a cocktail, and it's not even noon, so that's a problem. Okay, bring those feet underneath you. Lean forward just a little bit into your feet. But now try to stand up as vertically as possible. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Observe the knees. Do they want to knock into each other, or do they kind of want to roll out a little bit? My knees like to roll out a little bit. So I'm going to add my ball down here between my ankles so I have something to connect them into. If your knees want to fall in, that's where you want to use the booty band around your thighs so you can press out, okay? So if the knees fall in, you want to press out. If your knees fall out, you want to press in. So pick your poison. I'm going with the ball so I can find my midline. If you need to use your band, use your band. Cocktail trays. Inhale up, squeeze, or press and sit. We're doing 25 of these. You guys know I can't count, so it'll probably be more like 45. Inhale up. Exhale slowly down. Inhale up. Squeeze. If you need to slow this down a little bit, do a full breath. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. That's the foundational breath. That gives you a full experience of the breath up and down. If you want it more dynamic, it's inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. So choose your pace. You could always go jacket sleeves, cocktail tray. You can switch. Exhale the breath up. Inhale down. So it's okay to change the breathing. The arms can help give you that reach and that lift in the chest. What number are we on? That's the only problem with you guys being muted. I have no one to remind me when we've done enough. There we go, good. I think 5 more. Stay tall, stay tall, stay tall, stay tall. Last one. Stay up. Whew. Good job. You guys kept moving that whole time. Really well done. So squeeze the ball or press on your band. If you're pressing on your band, your legs might be wider, okay? So just feeling either that outer line or that inner line. Roll the shoulders. One more. Bring the arms forward. Imagine you're squeezing a block or a ball between your hands, or maybe a magic circle, right? So put that squeeze in your mind's eye. Bend the knees and reach the arms overhead, and then rise up. Now this is a plie, not a squat. Here's the difference. A squat is this, okay? A plie is you maintain your vertical body, right, on the way down. So it's an equal fold of the hips, knees, and ankles, but you don't pitch. You imagine you're sliding down a wall or a pedipole and press. Inhale, arms up as the knees go down. Arms down as the legs straighten. Let's make that a full breath. There we go. My breathing was a little rushed today. That's it. Pick a point to look at and keep it kind of high. We look down way too much and press those arms down. 2 more like this. Last one. Hold that plie. Hold it there. I know. Squeeze or press. Deepen. Deepen. Now, hinge and reach your sits bones in a hover over your chair. This is chair pose in yoga. And hold. And breathe. You either squeeze or you press. If you need to modify, hands can come here or fingers can hold onto the seat if you're really desperate. If you're not really desperate, arms up, stretch. And we're pulsing up and down. How low can you go? Keep your eyes up. Last one. Rise up. Arms come down. Oh my goodness. Ball or band can go away for now. Maybe for the rest of class, I haven't decided. Okay, I'm gonna move my mat so that I'm not running into my ceiling fan for towel work. And we'll stay in standing and you can find your towel. So, I'm just gonna move this back. Whew, I'm a little winded. My legs were shaking. Get a little sip of water. So just take a moment. I'm going to have my little sip of coffee here. Okay, hopefully we're sweating maybe a little bit. I'm sweating a lot. All right, so we've been working a theme the last few weeks, and that theme has been stepping off center to return on center. And the goal of that is simply to get better at centering and standing, whether we're sitting, standing, or going into our gait or walking. Okay, so that theme is going to stay the same this week. Bring the feet together and don't force the heels to touch. Your big toes will touch, the balls of the feet will touch, and if you have bunions, just make it work where it's comfortable for the foot to be. And then I have a little gap between my heels, because if I force the heels together, my foot is a little bit twisted, and it can pull on your outer IT band down here where it inserts into the knee, because you're forcing a little bit of external rotation. We want a true parallel. Drive your heels into the floor. And what I want you to feel as you drive your heels into the floor is the length coming through the back bolt and the front bolt here rising up. So when I'm talking about your front bolt and back bolt, it's like 2 inches above the pubic bone, center of the sacrum, okay? So back bolt reaches down, front bolt reaches up. It's not a tuck, but what you want is to level your bolts. So a lot of us kind of live here, I know I do, in that anterior tilt. If you don't live in an anterior tilt, you may not have to correct that as much, but you're working for that lower belly so that this is nice and straight and we have a nice lift in the butt. Okay, so front bolt, back bolt, side bolts are at the hips. All right, feet are together. You've got your towel, and let's take a quick measurement. If you don't know how to do that, you fold it in half. You hold the folded end to one shoulder, you measure across to the other shoulder, and then come in just a teeny tiny bit, because we all tend to be a little bit wide, and you want to have that ability to feel that towel. Okay. Also make sure your braid is not twisted, and that the braid does not look out. The braid, it looks down to the floor and up to the ceiling if you're here at the chest. Okay, if I'm here, then the braid looks out. If I'm here, then the braid looks out, right? But if I'm here, where the arms land, that braid is straight. All right, and if there's any questions on that, don't be afraid to ask those after class. I can specify. So finding your parallel, holding your towel at chest level. Now, keep the hands slightly below the shoulders. Keep the elbows slightly below the shoulders. So if you had a water droplet, it would roll down to your middle knuckle. All right, if we hold the hands higher than the shoulder, it's too much for the upper trap. So push that towel out, pull taut, give that towel some oomph. Feel like the right and the left side of your body are trying to decide who's boss. And what they come to is an agreement that they're both equally in charge. And then let that go. So, pulling the towel taut. Feel that connection. Try to seat the shoulder blades on your back. Pull that low belly in and up, and let it go. And now I'm going to turn that into a full breath. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Feel your arms moving laterally in space. Inhale and exhale. 4 more. Keep your belly working, keep your butt working. One of my all-time favorite cues is hold a quarter between your butt cheeks and don't let me take it from you. I don't remember who gave me that cue, but it always makes me laugh. and pull to stay. Okay, little pulls. These are called pulses. Double the breath. Bring your towels a little bit lower, just a little bit. That's it. 2 more. Last one. And bring the towel down. Oh my goodness, hello shoulders. Yes, we're all feeling those shoulders. I like to do a little side to side. That feels really good. Lift one shoulder, lift the other one. Okay, now we're holding the towel. I'll get a little closer so you can see. In a U shape, and the palms and the fingers are looking at each other. So I don't have my hands turned out. My arms are kind of curved, okay? And the towel's hanging in a U shape. This is more about the breath than anything else. So feel the breath come into your ribs and feel how the arms respond to the breath, and then how the towel work becomes an extension of the arms, which is an extension of the breath. So feel the ribs move as you breathe. Feel that width, and then feel the narrow. See if you can find that press coming from the deltoid on the inhale. The ribs send the arms out away from the body, and exhale. So good. Let's do 4 of these. Let's lift the toes as the arms press out. Feel the shoulders sit on the back. Exhale. And as you exhale, think of pressing the arm toward the ribs to push the air out and to feel that breath rise up. Inhale, lift the toes. I know I'm adding on a lot, so if it's too many cues, pick the thing that you're focusing on the most. Feeling all 3 foot centers under you as you lift those toes. 1 more. Inhale, pull the towel taut. Exhale, hold it there, keep it taut. Lift to the chest, and exhale, press it down. Lift to the chest, exhale, press it down. Lift to the chest and hold. Exhale, pull it towards you. Inhale, push it away. Exhale, pull. Keep those elbows up. Inhale, push it away. Exhale, pull. 2 more. Feel the width in your back as you push. Exhale, pull through the belly and the arms. How many did I say? 2? Let's make that 4. Press the head back gently. Last 2. Last one. Push the towel on the inhale, let the toes come down and the towel comes down. And you relax the arms. Nod the chin to the chest. We're slowly articulating the spine toward the floor. Bend your knees if that's hard on the back. Get as low as you can go today. And if you're comfortable here to do a few straightens and bends, do so. Hang the head, let the neck relax. 2 more. 1 more. Peeling up through the waist, through the ribs, through the shoulders, and the head comes up last. Okay, towel comes behind the head. We're going to find a new leg position. So you're in your parallel stance. Lift your toes, hands to the hips. Turn your feet out. You're in a V. Lift your heels, releve. Hold that for a moment and breathe. Oh, just feel that balance. The more you can connect to your butt and think of shooting the legs down and out of your hips, the better that will be. My balance is a little tricky for me too. If you need to put your chair in front of you so you can use the back of the chair for balance, that's a modifier. You're welcome to go there. And press the heels down. Lift the heels up again. Separate the heels and put them down. So now we're in an open parallel. Lift the toes, turn out. Lift the heels again and balance. Oh, feel those legs wake up. Breathe. Lower the heels. Lift the heels again. Move the heels out. Lower the heels. So now you're in a really wide parallel. Lift the toes and turn the toes out again. That's your second position. And you've organically moved your feet to your position. Yep. And if that was a balance challenge, that's a good thing to work. And we'll work that in return when we're finished with this set. So hands go on the hips. Let's take a plie, and again, you're sliding down with a straight spine. And just take a moment, see how that feels. And if you're like, oh, my knee, oh, my ankle, adjust your feet. I chose a turnout that was a bit much for my knees, so I'm making that adjustment. And I'm just gonna move up and down and see if I can, remember when we rolled the thighs up and back? That was a prep for this. So when you're here, think of those thighs rolling up and back. So the inside of the thighs are rolling to the outside. And you're going to deepen that hip fold and come up. So stick your fingers in your hip fold. That's what takes you down. And the pelvis widens. Full breath. As we rise up, the thighs press together and the pelvis, the sits bones, find a narrowing. Full breath, widen the thighs out of the pelvis. Feel that width, deep and wide, and come up. Squeeze, widen, squeeze. 3 more. Feel that movement. It's in my mind, I always picture a jellyfish, how they move, they go down to go up, and down to go up, and there's kind of this widening to narrowing that happens. So become the jellyfish. If you have not seen My Octopus Teacher on Netflix, give it a watch. I'm obsessed. I'm absolutely obsessed. It's so pure, it's so wonderful. It will take you into a really lovely headspace. 3 more. I know I said 4 a little while ago. That's okay, this is good for us. Okay, now, straight legs. Flex your right ankle, lift that foot, and maybe that's a little balance challenge. So again, your chair, you could also just have your chair under one arm. Push that foot down. Flex the other ankle. Push that down. It's a nice calf stretch. Yeah, flex. Try not to tip or let your hips go off center. So this is all about side bolts and managing your pelvis and keeping the pelvis centered and stable. And press, and flex. Push down through the opposite leg. You'll find that butt cheek. Let's make it a full breath. Feel the foot. Peel the foot off the floor and press it back down. Then the other one. Peel that foot off the floor. Press it down. Okay, keep that butt on. Come back to your towel. Reach it out in front of you. Full breath as you plie, take the towel overhead. As you rise up, full breath, squeeze those heels toward one another, press the towel to chest. Overhead to plie, full breath. Rise up, press, squeeze. Hold it here. Keep the towel at chest level, plie. Lift your right heel. Exhale, press it down. Same leg, up. Press it down. It's slowly down. You lift it up. You put a Coca-Cola can under that heel. You smash the Coca-Cola can, trying to keep those hips level, shoulders level. 2 more, lift. Deepen that hip fold. Press. One more. Other leg, we're staying here. Notice if that hip wants to lift. Don't let it. Deepen that hip fold. Belly, belly, belly. Ribs, ribs, ribs. Lengthen that lower back. Stay on your axis. Don't pitch forward. 2 more. 1 more. Rise up. Oh my goodness. And bring that towel down. Roll the shoulders. Okay, this is a nice one. So arms are just nice and heavy. Remember that kind of widening that we did with the breath. Take a moment, mentally shake the Etch-a-Sketch. Let that go. Soft breath. Side bending toward your left leg. You're going to let your knuckles just drag down your leg. Look towards that foot. So the chin is over that shoulder and you get a neck stretch down that right upper trap. And this arm is just staying back and heavy. Reach a little further. Full breath up. Same side. You get 2 breaths to side bend. 1 breath to lift. Now watch this opposite hip. It'll want to go that way as you go that way. Don't let it. So watch that side bolt. And up. 1 more. Keep your focus going toward that pinky toe. And up. Turn your head, look to the other side. Oh, let's just do that for a minute because that challenges the balance in an interesting way. Look left, look right. Look left, look right. If you feel wobbly, use your butt. Butt belly. Look right to stay. Look over that shoulder. The chin comes down a little bit so you get that length. Draw the opposite shoulder blade back. 2 breaths over. 1 breath up. 2 breaths over. Think up and over. Squeeze the legs underneath you. Imagine that I have split the earth between your legs and it's your job to hold the earth together. I realized I was over breathing a little, so I'm trying to soften my breath. Let that go more into the belly. And 1 more. Pull that opposite shoulder back. Okay, are we feeling our feet? Hopefully you're feeling your feet in a big way. Okay, bend your right knee and straighten. Push through the floor. Bend your left knee and straighten. Let's kind of have these like rounded strongman arms. Bend, look, straighten, look forward. Bend, let's add a little dynamic head movement. Off center, on center. Off center, on center. Pick a point to look at. Feel the strength of your legs underneath you. Last 2. Last 1. And center. Let the arms come down. Now last week we did a lot of stepping off, found the moment of suspension, coming back on. This week I'm doing a little more grounding. How connected can you stay to the floor through these movements? So hands on the hips, knuckles pressed into your hips. We're doing 1 more pose here, but let's press the toes forward so we're in parallel. It'll be a little nicer on the knees. Now this is a hinge. It's for the hamstrings. I'm going to show you this from the side. So my legs are a little wider than my mat. I hinge forward without leaning back, so I don't want to see that, okay? What I want to see is that as you're going forward, you're trying to keep your butt over your feet. Nice flat back, ribs belly in. You could always put your chair in front of you and push off with the arms. I'll show you that with the chair, right? So if you want to face your chair, hinge forward, and that way you can come into that forward angle with a little support. So that's a modifier. And then rise up using that butt belly. That's the modifier. Here's the progression. You've got your towel. It's in front of your chest. As you hinge, you push the towel forward. As you rise up, you draw it to your hips. 4 of these, wherever you're at. Feel that hip and shoulder hinge. Use those muscles to pull you up. One more. Bend your right knee, step your feet together. Take a little walk around your room. Oh my goodness, let those feet move. Need to shake out your feet. Yeah. Okay. Set your towel down. We're going to do a little stretching for the feet. They've just been working like crazy. So I'm going to take my chair and put it where I can just have a hand for balance. So, standing on both feet, let's start with the right leg, and my right leg is closest to the chair. Slide that leg up the other leg. Turn it out. Then take it across and press that foot down into the floor. And I'm pressing my calf into the front of the other shin. I'm going to show you that one more time in case you were adjusting your chair. You draw the foot up the opposite leg. This is called a parallel passe. You externally rotate that leg. Then you take it in front, cross it over, put the top of the foot on the floor, and you're stretching the top of that foot. And you're pressing the shin and the calf together and squeezing that. And then you're going to plie the standing leg, push that shin into the calf just a couple inches and pull up. May not even be that much. It's like you're just pushing. Feel that stretch come up the front of that shin and up. So this is not only stretching the foot, but it's stretching the front of the leg. You might even feel this all the way up the IT band. And up. And one more. And up. See if you can reach it over a little more. One more. Bend. And up. Come back up to that turned out passe. Take it over. Up. Over. Up. Over. Can you do that? And balance. Oh, that's hard. Oh, I'm seeing some good balance out there. I think better than mine, actually, today. My balance is a little wobbly. 2 more. Last one. Parallel. And lower that foot toe ball heel. Woo! Little marches. Good. Saw some incredible balance out there. Well done. I'm just moving my chair so you can see me easily. Other side. Okay. Left leg. The hand that's on the chair is just gently pressing down so that you feel a little action through that arm. Okay, hand on the hip. Stabilize your bolts. Draw the foot up the other leg. Rotate. Take the foot across. Press the top of the foot into the floor. Feel the shin and the calf push together, and you lengthen up, lengthening your back bolt down. Let's do that again, okay? Because we did it twice on the other side. So, coming back up to parallel passe. Externally rotate. Notice your hips. My left leg's a little longer, so I always want to hike that side, so I'm working for that. Take that leg across. And I went a little too far and I didn't find my calf and shin connection, so find that calf-shin connection. And then let's add the plie. So plie, press the shin, keep that heel down so you get a little stretch through your Achilles tendon, and up. So this is great if you have plantar fasciitis, although it may not feel so great. I have struggled with plantar fasciitis on and off for the last decade or so, and the more I work my feet, the less it troubles me. Okay, so these are really, really good stretches. If you've had bunion surgery, this may not be for you, but otherwise, it's good homework. Okay, let's go to the external passe, and down, and up, and down. Want to try the balance? It's a nice diagonal path rise the opposite leg across the body, and the other arm is out to the side. So it's definitely a challenge. Put the breath where you need it. Ooh, that's tippy. You can also do this, right? Oh, make that work. So there's a little sneaky modifier. It's a nice way of getting to that progression. Yeah. And up, parallel, and lower the foot. Oh my goodness. You're gonna feel those legs tomorrow. Okay, take a little walk. Shake it out. All right. Okay, turning the chair around. How am I doing on time? Got just a little time left. All right, let's return to the towel. In my mind's eye, I heard a chorus of no! So, find that first position, feet together. That might have been my own inner chorus happening. And then measure your towel just to check in where your grip is. Go a little bit wider this time. Last time I told you take a slightly narrower position so you could feel the pulls and really connect. We're going to explore a little shoulder mobility now. So maybe go a little bit wider. You still want to be able to connect, but you just don't want to feel impingement in your shoulders. Inhale, pull that towel taut at the chest level. Exhale, take it over your head. Now let's shrug and set for 4. Stretch out those side seams. Make sure you're in external rotation with your legs and you're wrapping those thighs around the bones. And make that a shoulder shrug, not an elbow bend. Yeah, there we go. So it's tempting to let those elbows bend. Try to isolate the movement at the shoulder joint. And then peek up at your wrists. Are your wrists equally straight on the inside and outside? That's what you want. Now press your hips off center. Keep your head with the center of the towel, side bend. Press the hips back to center, full breath vertical. Side bend, push the hips. And up. Think of going up and over rather than going into a bend. Think of reaching up for the diagonal of where the wall and the ceiling meet on the other side of the room and back to center. So it's more of an up and over than it is a bend. Oh, that side feels tight. One more time to each side. Keep wrapping those armpits. Okay, we're going to add hip pulses on the next set. However, I'm going to give you a little shoulder break before we do that. Shave the back of the head by bringing the towel down. Push your elbows forward. When we push the elbows forward, the shoulder blades have to kind of suction against the back. So push those elbows forward, going up, going down. Going up, keep the towel taut, coming down. Working into that posterior range of motion. If that is too much for you, you can always do this in front of your face. There's the modifier. Go at your own pace. And coming down to stay, I'm trying to keep the towel off my back, so I'm not letting it go here. And again, you can be here. Pulse the elbows toward the ribs. We're almost done. Hang in there. I know I'm going a little bit into the top of the hour. Last set. Now, as you press that towel up on the inhale, you exhale, go into the side bend. Inhale up. Exhale, bring it down. Inhale up. Exhale, other side. Inhale up. Exhale, bring it down. Try to keep the center of the towel with the center of your head so the shoulders aren't moving away from that alignment. Last one. Press the the towel to vertical and bring the arms all the way down. Open parallel. This is our last movement. Nod the chin to your chest. Slowly rolling down. Set the towel on the floor. Shake your head yes gently. You can also do this from sitting in the chair if you need to do that. Bend the knees gently and roll back up to standing. Step the feet together and just take a moment here on your center. We're almost done. 4 smooth breaths. Clear your mind of anything but the breath. See if you can inhale into the belly, exhale, draw the shoulders down your back. Last 2. Last 1. Thank you so much for joining me.